Before we get into the video, I just want to point out that this video is my own opinions, and I know having an opinion on the internet is akin to being in the Salem witch trials and burned at the stake for having quote-unquote the wrong opinion, even though your opinions are in fact wrong. With that being said, time to actually get into the video. It may or may not come as a shock to people, but I like metal music. I know, weird. But not just any metal music. My personal poison, not the band, is power metal. Okay, if you don't know what power metal is, it's basically fast, upbeat metal with themes around fantasy and adventure. I love it, it's great. I was introduced to power metal very young with Rhapsody of Fire and their song Land of Immortals off of Legendary Tales. Not my favorite album by them, love the song though. And Rhapsody of Fire is my favorite band, with surprisingly Rush being right behind it, and I'm really glad I got to see Rhapsody in person, even though it was with the new lineup, because I just couldn't get to a concert before the whole band pretty much left. Still a fun show though. They played some of their old stuff, and I was not expecting them to play A New Saga Begins. The reason I'm making this video is simple. Every time I see a top 10 metal list or top guitarists, power metal almost always gets left out unless it's Dragon Force, Sonata Arctica, Blind Guardian. Nothing wrong with those bands. They're great bands, really. But some power metal bands don't get any recognition, mainly because power metal is not a big genre here in the US. It just isn't popular. When people think of metal, they think of Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax, Cannibal Corpse, who are some others? Slipknot, and that's why I'm making this video. Because I think power metal is a fun genre and deserves more credit. Granted, it is popular in Europe, but not in the US. In the US, off the top of my head, I can name 3 power metal bands from the US, that being Camelot, Seven Kingdoms, and Helion Prime. I don't know any other US-based power metal bands. That's just how it is. The rules for this list are on screen right now, but an overview, no repeat bands, otherwise it would just basically be all Rhapsody of Fire, except for Dark Wings of Steel and Into the Legend, because those were not good albums. The list is not in any order, because I tried to put it in order, and my brain... The release year, lineup, number of albums released does not matter. If you're one of the people who thinks that older metal bands are better than the newer ones, or if you think that, for example, older Dragonland is better than newer Dragonland, well, you're right on that one. Power of the Night Star is not really a fun album. I find it kind of boring, except for A Threat Beyond the Shadows. That's a good song. The album's boring. But if you like a band's older stuff and I put their newer album on here, nothing wrong with it. I still love the band, but like I said, I can only put one album from each band on here. Lastly, this is my top 10. Just because a band isn't on here doesn't mean I think they're bad. All the bands shown today, I love them. Like maybe Darkmoor. I really like Darkmoor, but it's not going to be on this list. And unfortunately, Blind Guardian's not on this list either. Neither is anything from Dragon Force. One last thing to note before getting into the actual list is I'm just going to give a quick overview. I'm not going to go into the band's history because I do not want this to be an hour-long video. That being said, let's start with something weird. And that is Savage Requiem by Magic Kingdom. It was released in 2015. It is their 4th album and has 11 songs. Really 10 because 11 is the acoustic version of Dragon Princess. And honestly, this is probably the most generic power metal album. It's a fun listen to that I constantly listen to. Standout songs are Ship of Ghosts, especially. Now, this may come as a surprise, but I actually enjoy classical music also. And Ship of Ghosts, the solo incorporates the Ode to Joy, which I really like. The other notable songs are Dragon Princess and Guardian Angels. Next up is the only album from Timeless Miracle, Into the Enchanted Chamber. It was released in 2005, and they have not made an update since 2017 on their website where they said that they were mixing the second album. I'm begging you guys, please put out a new album. It's a fun album. Return of the Werewolf is a great song on there. Memories is great. Witches of Black Magic is fun. And if you like the longer stuff, The Voyage is 14 minutes long. And it is a great track. Highly recommend. But the 3 shorter songs are great for first time listening. Easy to digest.
Moments of happiness, will they ever come back? I'm raised by darkness, now that you are gone, leaving me. What can... For the kill, for the kill, for the right of sacrifice. In the minds, they are right, the blood must flow tonight.
Next up, we have the second album from Power Quest, released in 2003, Neverworld. The album has 9 songs, including a 10-minute song called Lost Without You. It's a fun album. It's got some fun songs on it. Most notable are Sacred Land, which is my personal favorite off the album, Temple of Fire, and Lost Without You, which again is 10 minutes long. It's a fun song. I enjoy it. At number 7, we have Heroes of Mighty Magic from Twilight Force. And this album was released in 2016, features 12 songs, 2 of which are over 10 minutes. Actually, I think one of them is like 9 minutes and 57 seconds, which is basically 10 minutes. And it includes one of my favorite power metal songs of all time, Flight of the Sapphire Dragon. I love the orchestra on this album. And if I was given the aux cord when driving, which I guess is not just Bluetooth, whatever, I'd be blasting this shit. Featured songs that I'd recommend: Flight of the Sapphire Dragon, To the Stars, and Riders of the Dawn. Now, please don't lambast me for this, but I did put To the End over Gunmen for Ordenogen. As much as I liked the Gunmen album, I can only really name you 2 songs off that. Maybe 3. That's Gunman Vampire and Ghost Town, and One Last Chance. Those are great songs, but I tend to just gravitate towards To the End much more often whenever I am out working out. To the End is pretty much the first thing that comes on, especially with their notable songs being Dying Paradise, which is my go-to song for when I start my run, To the End, and This World of Ice. Breaking the top 5, we have Beyond the Borders, released in 2022. It is the most recent one on this list and has 9 songs. It's a fun album overall. It has great symphonic elements to it, orchestral elements to it. And what I am a sucker for is classical music in metal music, which is why I actually really like The Great Escape. But what makes it great is that song has a dueling guitar and piano solo to Rondo alla Turca by Mozart. And the standouts for this are The Great Escape, Pirate Bay, and Hellfire. Number 4 is a power metal classic, In Thy Power by Cryonic Temple, released in 2005 and features 11 songs. It has some fantastic guitar work on it, it's fun, the Eternal Flames of Metal is a must for any playlist, and again, I gotta mention the classical music being used here because classical music is a big part of power metal, namely symphonic and neoclassical power metal, and that is they used In the Hall of the Mountain King by Edward Krieg in the title track In Thy Power, and it's just fun, so I'd recommend The Eternal Flames of Metal, A Soldier's Tale, and In Thy Power as a notable song. Coming in Coming in at number 3 may be a surprise. It's Return of the Cosmic Men by Galderia, released in 2017 and features 10 songs. Even though the album name sounds like a gay bar, it's a very fun album. The songs are very uplifting. High Up in the Air is just a fun listen to it. And hey, I mean, I am a cynic. I very rarely show outward emotion. I am very cold and dead inside, but this album always puts a smile on my face. And notable songs are High Up in the Air, Blue Aura, and Celestial Harmony.
From the dust, we're rising like a shining dream on earth, forever searching for the light, born to break the curse. Higher in the air, we never go down, no, never again, no, never go down again. Can you feel the truth of fire burning in your souls? From the galaxies, the light is calling us to ride on. Still alive on the run. Flashing through the air, powers going everywhere. Through the stormy night, through the earth, through the earth sky. United souls, we stand as one. On our way to better days, still we're riding the sun. On the run, we believe in love again. It shines in our soul.
At number 2, we have probably one of the least known bands on this list, Everfrost, with their album Winter Rider. Now, this is a solid album from start to finish. Fuck, that's a good pun, and I didn't even think of that. Yes, the band is from Finland. They got some great music on here. It helps that their video for Cold Night Remedy has them dancing on a frozen lake. Great watch, great song. Go listen to it. Notable songs are Cold Night Remedy, Brandy and Antifreeze, and my personal favorite off the album, Dark Woods Drained Backwaters.
Tragic were the times when they never knew your pride. Rain and wind blow, you watched alone, washed with others' woes. And it shows.
And now for number 1, which if you listen to the start of this video, you would know that my favorite power metal band is Rhapsody of Fire. Well, when I also said that the list is not in any order, this is the only place where that doesn't apply. Because Rhapsody of Fire, their best album, debatable, their best album, or their album that I enjoy the most, is The Frozen Tears of Angels. I love this album. It's got some of my favorite songs by Rhapsody of Fire. It's got some of their best solos, especially the solo for On the Way to Ainur. Holy shit, that is a great solo. It is technically better than Unholy Warcry, but that has my spot for their best guitar solo. But this album has a lot of fun songs on it. Reign of Terror is amazing. I can't pronounce the Italian song, so I'm not going to. Sea of Fate, great song. The whole album, start to finish, just awesome. And this is the first time I'm going to mention something like this, but the mixing, it's got some of my favorite mixed drums on there. I love it. It's fantastic. Go listen to this album. Picking any standouts from this album is impossible. Just go listen to the whole thing start to finish. You will or will not be disappointed depending on your stance on power metal. right, we reached the end of this list. This is my first time attempting something like this, so if I did good, let me know. If not, let me know. And remember to do the YouTube things. And there are a lot of power metal bands that I listen to, but did not make this list. So that being said, I did compile some honorable mentions, and here they are.
In the dead of night, when the time is right, spread your wings in the moonlight. In our loneliness, Christ we caress right over the sky. Over the trees, over mountains, over seas, I will fly far away in a firestorm. Over the hills, over valleys and the fields, I will burn everything under my silver wings. All alone in the halls of darkness, overflow. So I will carry you home in the forest of ice. Hear the wind, the whisper lies. I'm the mighty king of thoughts. When the house are all feeding me alive. When the house are all, my sickness is released. When the cards are down for all the world to see. When the cards are down and the strings are cut, these mannequins will sleep. Let my lament of endless gray light a fire in your hands to forge a future we can call our own. So rise to the sound of revolution, elevation to a higher ground. Revolution, wicked will rise, and the night when we lose.